Hi everyone, my name is Bethany Reyes. I am your elite leader, and tonight we're talking all about color matching. Now, color matching is something that is easy once you get the hang of it, but in the beginning it can be really confusing and a bit frustrating. You can second guess yourself a ton. I get it, because you don't want to make any mistakes. So I'm going to show you guys how to color match people so that you can feel more confident in suggesting colors for people in Messenger. So I'm going to show you guys the questions I use, some tips and tricks for that, where you can find some other resources, and then we might have time for some role playing if you guys are up for it. I know you guys are like, ooh, but role playing sometimes is the best thing to figure out, what your color is. Okay, so the first thing is, you guys, this is a skill. Okay, so with any skill, in the beginning, you might have a little bit of sore muscles, and it might feel uncomfortable. It might feel, out of what you're used to, but it'll get better. I promise. The only way you get better at this is by doing it. Is by practicing. I remember when we first came out with the liquid foundation, we didn't really have a lot of color matching resources, but my upline, she had a challenge to see who would do the most color matches. And so I did a bajillion color matches that month, and I was still, not used to it, but I did a ton of color matches and won her challenge. So I don't know if I need to do a color matching challenge, but that's what helped me a ton, because I just did a lot of color matches, and that is what helped me learn how to do it. Okay. So I'm just going to give you guys the basics of the questions that you ask, and then I'm going to show you guys how to upsell, and then I'm going to show you how to close the sale. So here are your questions, okay? Number one, the question I ask is, do you tan easily or do you burn in the sun? And that is the very first question that you ask. Do you tan easily or do you burn in the sun? Now, there's three answers. Well, I guess there could be four, but there's three answers. Tan, burn, then tan. Okay, those are the three options, or they're going to say, I don't know. Okay, they should know. So tan, burn, or burn then tan. Now, here is your first clue. Okay, so you can write this down. Burn, usually if they burn, they have pink undertones. So you can say burn equals pink. If they tan, usually they have yellow or olive undertones. So tan equals yellow. And if they burn then tan, most likely they have neutral. Okay, so that is your first clue. Now, don't lock in your answer with that first name, because sometimes they could still be a different shade, but that is your first clue. Right, here we go. So number two is, are the veins on your wrist blue or green? Okay, now the best way to really understand the coloring of your wrist is to put like a white paper behind it to see what color your wrists are. But that question is, are the veins on your wrist blue or green? Now, the coloring of your veins, give a hint, give a clue to what the color of your undertones are. Okay, so all of us either have pink, neutral, or yellow undertones. We usually have one of those three, okay? Everyone always has pink, neutral, or yellow undertones. So these questions are to figure out what color undertones they have, and then I'll show you guys how to figure out if they're light, medium, or dark. Okay, so here's a clue. If they say blue, that's pink. If they say green, that's yellow. If they are a mixture of blue and green, like they kind of have a little bit of both, then they're neutral. Okay, so that was number two. Number three, does gold or silver jewelry look best on your skin? Do you prefer gold or silver? Now, this can also just be a preference of what they prefer. It might not mean that it does. So always take this with a grain of salt, okay? Like, if they say silver, don't set in the answer, because some people just don't like gold. And people be like, I like rose gold. Okay, that was not an option, okay? But if they say silver, most likely they have pink undertones. And if they say gold, most likely they have yellow undertones. And if they say they can wear both, neutral. Okay. So after I ask those 3 questions, I'll ask, do you feel like you are light, medium, or deep shade? I don't say dark because I feel like some people take offense to saying dark. So I say, are you light, medium, or deep shade? And they might not know. They might say, I don't know. Okay. Now be very careful with this question. Some women like to think they're medium and they are not medium. I have tons of people that say they're medium because they, in their eyes, they don't think that they are super white, but they are. And so that's probably another reason why they go into the store and always get the wrong shade, because they want to believe they are darker. So take that with a grain of salt too. That's why we're going to ask for a picture to confirm. Okay. So once you figure that out, I also ask this question just to kind of help me gauge what they think. So I say, do you feel like your skin has pink rosy, neutral, or olive yellow hues? Do you feel like your skin has pink/rosy, comma, neutral, comma, or olive yellow hues? Because sometimes they might be able to tell you what they have. You know, some people might know that they have yellow skin. You know, they have yellow hues to their skin. Some people have, you know, it's very obvious to them. Some people don't know, and that's okay. But I always like to ask that question just in case their answers don't really fit well with that. Okay, and then I say, do you have a recent photo in natural lighting that you can send me? Do you have a recent photo in natural lighting that you can send me? Now, if I'm going too fast, it's okay. You'll get the replay and you can sit down and write these questions. So the key to this one is it needs to be in natural lighting, okay? Needs to be in natural lighting. Let me show you what I mean, okay? If they send you a picture like this is no good. If they send you a picture like this, what color undertone do I look like I have right here? Yellow, because the light is yellow, okay? So none of those work, okay? This doesn't work. They need to be facing a window. Look at the color difference in facing a window, okay? So if they don't have one, then you can tell them to face a window and take a picture. Now, what's really important is if they send you a crappy photo, ask for another photo. You can say, it's a little bit difficult for me to grab your suggestion off of the photo you sent me. Do you think you could take a picture facing a window? Okay, because I really want to make sure I get the right color for you. And if they can't send you a right photo, then it's their fault they get the wrong shade, because you really can't color match someone with a horrible photo. It's really hard. You guys saw how different I looked in that lighting, so you have to make sure that they are in natural lighting facing a window. Okay? All right, so then once I look at their answers, this is how you figure it out. The photo for me makes the biggest difference. The photo for me makes the biggest difference. In their photo, usually you can see if they have obvious yellow or obvious pink. You can see it. You can start to see it. So someone that has obvious yellow, you're going to see yellow, okay? And someone that has obvious pink, you're going to see pink. Now, if you can't really tell if they have pink or yellow, then go by their answers. So if I can't tell from their photo it's like obvious pink or yellow, I'll go by their answers. Okay, so let's break it down. If they say they tan, green veins, gold jewelry, they have olive undertones. If they say burn, silver, and blue veins, pink undertones. If their answers are intermixed, it could be likely that they have neutral, okay? So that's how you want to kind of gauge your answers. But you still want to look at their picture, and you still want to ask them how they feel about their skin, if they feel like they have a certain undertone. Here's the thing. Some people, they answer to yellow, but then they tell me they prefer pink undertone foundation. I know it seems super crazy, but if they prefer a certain undertone and they know, hey, I prefer pink, then I will still color match them to pink undertones, even if they answer to yellow, because I know they prefer something. Now, here is something important, you guys, and this is probably where you get confused. Raise your hand if you've been confused. So if you've been confused, here's the thing. If they are pink or yellow undertones, they can wear neutral, okay? And if they're neutral, they can wear pink or yellow. Okay? Neutral kind of goes either way. So I like to think of our neutral shades as like, you know how all of us have a blood type? And there's that one blood type that everyone can have, like that everyone can take that blood type, like blood transfusion. Okay, so when I think about neutral shades, I think of like the neutral blood type that everyone can survive on. That's what I think of, okay? So usually when I go and in like, for example, if someone answered to pink undertones, but like they don't look like they're organza, but they don't look like they're chiffon, I will suggest taffeta, which is a neutral shade. It's not pink, but it's in between, okay? So let me break down these colors for you guys. I'm gonna show you guys a chart really quick so you can kind of see the color suggestions. And okay, so let me share my screen here. All right, so these are colors, and you can find this in our team page. Okay, so, and you can see here, if it has a yellow, it means it's yellow undertone, and if it has a pink, it means pink, and if it has like a nude shade behind it, it means it's neutral, okay? So this is what I suggest going through it. Scarlet is the lightest shade. If you see someone send you a picture and they are like a sheet of paper, they're scarlet, okay? If they're a sheet of paper, they're scarlet. It doesn't matter if they said yellow or pink undertones, they're scarlet, okay? So then you have tulle and lace, which are both yellow undertones. You have organza, which is pink, and then velour, which is yellow. Now, in my personal opinion, I feel like lace is darker than velour. You might want to write this down. Lace, in my personal opinion, is darker than velour. And I feel like velour is more yellow. Velour is a lot more yellow in my personal opinion. So if someone is like obvious olive undertones and they're light, I'm going to suggest velour. But if they're a little bit darker and they're kind of not, not obviously yellow, I might suggest lace or tulle. Organza is pink undertones. So this would be a lot of people that are blonde hair, they burn in the sun, redheads, those people that you can obviously see that they don't tan very well. Then we have taffeta, okay? So taffeta is that blood type that everyone can have, okay? So if they are not organza and they're not velour, but they're not a medium shade, taffeta, because taffeta's in the middle. It's light/medium. It's in the middle. Okay, so after taffeta, I would suggest, if they're pink undertones, chiffon, and then satin. I haven't done too much with linen and eyelet. I haven't really suggested those too often because I'm not as familiar with those shades. But I personally, if they are darker than taffeta, I would go straight to chiffon and then to satin. Okay? And then we also have our deep shades. Now, if you're color matching someone and they're deep shade, they still have undertones to their skin. So you still want to ask them, you might not want to ask them if they burn or tan, but you can definitely ask them about their veins, you can ask them about the jewelry, and you can ask them if they feel like they have certain hues to their skin. Chanel is yellow, Cypress is neutral, Suede is neutral, Georgette is neutral, okay? So it just depends how deep their skin tone is. So I'm going to stop sharing for a second. So those are the basic questions for color matching, the very, very basic questions, okay? So once I figure out what color they are, or if I need more help, I may ask more questions. It's okay if you ask for more photos, okay? It's okay if you ask for more photos to get a better idea of their coloring. Some people are really hard. It's really hard to kind of see. They could kind of go any way. So once I have their suggestion, this is what I will say. I will say, I suggest the color organza which is a light shade with pink undertones. And I'll send her 2 to 3 photos, and I'll ask her, do you agree with this shade? So I'll show you guys where I find these photos really quick. Hold on. Let's go. Hold on, here we go. Let me do it one more time. Okay, there we go. All right, so this is where I find the shades. I'm gonna just make this over here a little bit smaller. Okay, so if you go to our team page, we have a whole album called Color Matching. So if you open up that album, you can go to these shades, and these are colors like women wearing the color. So if you click on a picture, I don't usually use these pictures. I use this for myself, but I don't send it to someone. I'll send a picture of someone wearing it. So this is organza. Notice, can you see the pink to her skin? You can see that pink hue to her skin, and it's very, very obvious. So that's pink undertones, and this is organza. Okay, let me show you another option. This one is velour. Do you see the yellow? You see how that's so much more yellow to her skin? It's very obvious yellow. She would almost be scarlet too, okay? Now let me show you guys what scarlet looks like. See, scarlet is like a sheet of paper. It's white, okay? So if someone sends you a photo, and she could almost be organza, but look how white her chest is. So you wanna make sure you get a photo that shows their neckline, because that will give you a really good indication of their coloring. So you can see how this is very, very white. So that is scarlet. Okay, so you'll find pictures here. This, look at her skin. What do you see? She's tan, right? She doesn't look like she's a light shade. She looks like she's medium, and it looks like she has pink to her skin, right? You see how there's like almost like a pink? It doesn't look yellow. It looks almost like a pinkish color. So she is chiffon, which is a medium shade with pink undertones. Now, another place you can find pictures is go to the Flawless 4 March Kudos group. If you're not in this group, let me know. But let's say you're trying to find someone wearing satin. Okay, so you'll go to this group, and you'll look, and you can find all these pictures of people wearing that shade. Now, I love these pictures because it shows a before and after, and it will really help your customers see what their bare skin looks like versus what it looks like with the foundation on. So you can see here, satin is yellow undertones. You see how there's more yellow to her skin. It looks olive. It doesn't look pink, okay? So that is what I would send. I'll send them 2 to 3 photos, and I'll say, do you agree with this shade? And they'll either say yes or no. And if they say no, then ask them, what do you feel like the shade is too dark or too light, or what do you feel about the shade? Okay, so that's where you're gonna find the photos to send them. You wanna send them like real people that shows them what it would look like, and if they can relate to that picture or not. Okay, so that's how I finish up the color match. So once I'm done and they say, yes, like that looks great, I will upsell, okay? So there are a few questions to upsell. Write this down. Number 1, what do you not love about your current foundation? What do you not love about your current foundation? Now, I love this because guess what? If they say, well, I don't love how it doesn't stay on my skin. Like throughout the day, I feel like it comes off and it's like not even there. What can you sell them to solve that problem? Does anyone know? Anyone raise their hand? What can you sell them?
Primer.
Okay. Who is it?
Primer.
I saw someone raise their hand. Oh. Go ahead, Jessica.
Oh.
Go.
Primer.
What can you sell them that will solve that problem?
Primer.
Primer. Yes. What else could you sell them?
Setting powder.
What else could you sell them?
I mean, waterproof or smudge proof?
Setting spray. Right?
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Didn't even realize we had setting spray. Sorry.
It's okay. So setting spray, setting powder, or face primer. Awesome. All right, so let's see. If they say, you know what, I just feel like I don't get enough coverage. I have really bad acne and it doesn't cover it. What can you upsell them? Who has an answer to that? Well, what can you upsell them? Okay, Monica, go ahead.
Concealer.
Oh, concealer. Yes, Candace said it. Concealer, right? So if they say, I don't get enough coverage, they need a skin perfecting concealer. Okay? So this is how you can easily upsell them. What do you not love about your current foundation? And then you know what to upsell them. So if they have oily skin, upsell the setting powder. If they have dry skin, upsell the setting spray. If they want more coverage, upsell the concealer. If they feel like their foundation gets into their fine lines and wrinkles, suggest the primer. If they feel like their pores are really noticeable, primer, okay? So if they say, you know what, I don't get enough coverage, I would say, I personally love the Skin Perfecting Concealer. I have discoloration on my cheeks, and the foundation gives me a really great all over even coverage, but the concealer is like the extra touch up to get the full coverage on the areas that I need full coverage. Would you like me to add the concealer to the foundation? Or you can say, would you like to get the foundation and concealer together or the foundation by itself? I like to give them either or options. Would you like to get the foundation or would you like to get the foundation and concealer? Okay, so that's that. Now, if we have a special, this is how I upsell the kudos. So after they say, yes, that's my shade, I'll say, oh my goodness, we actually have a huge sale going on right now on the Flawless Face Bundle. Don't say kudos, because if you were not a presenter, would you know what kudos is? No. So why do you expect someone that's not a presenter to know what you're saying? When you say kudos, they're like, what the crap is she talking about? Kudos. Okay, so throw that out of your vocabulary. Don't expect your customers to know what it is. Just say Flawless Face Bundle. Okay, so I say, we have a huge sale going on right now on our Flawless Face Bundle. Would you like to see what comes in it? That's it. Okay, we have a huge sale on our Flawless Face Bundle. Would you like to see what comes in it? They say yes. I say great. It comes with, and I like to do bullet points. Jessica learned this. I like to do bullet points so they can easily see what comes in it. So it says, comes with face primer, liquid foundation, skin perfecting concealer, setting powder, or setting spray. Then I send the picture of what comes in it, and I say, would you like me to help you choose your colors for this bundle? Okay. Before I say that, I actually tell them it's $47 off. So it's $47 off. Would you like me to help you choose your colors for this bundle? Okay. And then they say yes or no. If they say yes, guess what you do? Would you like the setting powder or setting spray? Would you like your concealer to conceal or highlight? You help them finish their order. Once you help them pick out their setting product, their concealer, their foundation, and obviously the primer you don't have to pick out, you say, your bundle is all set. Would you like me to walk you through my website or send you an invoice? Okay, you're not going to just send them the link. Here's two things that you need to write. Do not do. Two things. Do not do. Do not send a link unless they ask for it, and do not put all your questions together. Okay, you don't want to say, do you tan easily or burn? Are the veins on your wrist, blah, 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 and this, blah, 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 and blah, blah, blah. Let me know once you have the answers. Like, don't do that. It's a conversation, and you want it to be like a tennis match. You throw the ball to them, they hit it back. You hit the ball to them, they hit it back, okay? So no links. Don't ask them the questions all at once. Now, at the end, you say, would you like me to walk you through my website or send you an invoice? And a lot of people will say send an invoice. So then you say, what is your shipping address and email? Okay, now if you're curious on how to send invoices, go to our team page and click the announcement post, and at the very bottom is how to send invoices. Okay, so that is how you do it. Now, here's the thing. If they finish their color match and they say, yes, that's my color, and you can either upsell them, or you can say, would you like to grab the foundation, or is there something else you would like to see? Okay, either or. I like either or questions. Try to think, what can I put into it, either or? All right, so that is how I do my color matching. Now, it's okay. If you color match someone incorrectly, guess what? We have a love it guarantee. They have 90 days to exchange it. 90. So don't be afraid if you color match someone incorrectly. You know, if it comes down to it and they need to exchange it, sometimes I'm like, hey, I will cover the shipping. It's $3.75 for them to ship it back. Sometimes I'll offer that if I really want to keep them like as a customer, or if they're like making a huge pain about it, like, oh my gosh, I have to return it. Like, then I'll offer. But most of the times they're like, oh, you know, they don't even care with the shipping and having to pay $3.75. Okay. So we don't have a lot of time because we do have another team call at 7:30. So I'm going to open up to questions really quickly. Okay, so Monica, what colors are you talking about? Because all the colors I showed you are there unless you're referring to the pressed powders. Awesome. Who else has a question? Anyone else? You don't ask for their credit card information. We don't. So like I said before, you're just getting their shipping and their email, and you can go into our team page on how to send invoices, but we never ask for their credit card information. We'll send them an invoice to their email and they'll pay their invoice. Yes, Lennon was there. Go look at the picture again, Monica. All right. Who else has a question? Yay. All right, so if you're not in the Kudos group already, make sure that you get into the Kudos group because that's the best to find pictures of women wearing the color, but also we have a color matching album too, okay? So you can upsell them to the Kudos. If they have other things on their wish list, you can color match them to the collections too, okay? So you can definitely do either of those. Let me see if I can find a message really quick as an example. Hold on a second. We have like 2 minutes left. So give me a second. I'm gonna see if I can find a color match I did recently. Well, I'm gonna find one just so I can show you guys what it looks like. Oh, okay, here we go. So here we go. Let me scroll up. All right, so I'm going to share my screen, and then we're going to finish with this. Okay. All right. So scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up, scroll up. All right, so she messaged me after seeing my story about the stick foundations and basically said, hey, I need a full coverage because my makeup comes off. And so I said, okay, let me color match you. And I just asked her about her problems. Like, what are you using? She said her makeup's not lasting. She's a nurse, and so it's not lasting throughout the day. I asked her if she's using powder. She told me what she's using. I'm like, do you use this? And she showed me the primer she uses. And then I asked her what kind of foundation she uses. And then she asked me more about the stick, so I showed her how the stick works, and I said, would you like me to color match you? She says yes. So look, do you tan easily or burn? I may burn, but I tan. Are you the veins blue or green? Blue. Does gold or silver? Silver. Do you have a recent photo? She sent me this. So I actually went on her Facebook and I looked at more of the pictures to kind of get an understanding. But I color matched her to Taffeta because she's a little bit more of a light medium shade. And she agreed with that one. And I said, we do have a sale going on with our Flawless Face bundle. Would you like to see it? Yes. Yay. The discounted bundle comes with, see, bulleted points. There's the Kudos. It's $47. So you get all of that for $99. Would you like me to help you choose your colors for this bundle? Or would you like to get the foundation stick by itself? Let's go ahead with this bundle. Okay. So then I went in, and I said, oh man, her stick was sold out because she wanted to get the stick. So I said, do you want to add on the stick or just grab the bundle? And she's like, well, does the liquid foundation work well? So I said, I've been using it for 3 years, and I showed her my personal results. And then I said, would you like me to walk you through my website or send you an invoice? And so she wanted my website. And so I say, I give her the link, and I say, click Kudos. And then I walk her through it. So when they say walk through website, you want to walk them through it. And she ended up getting a lip stain and adding it on, okay? So that's it. I hope this helped you guys. We're going to hop off and hop back on for the convention call here. We're going to have some people as guests tonight. So please rewatch this video if you need to learn a little bit more about it. And we're going to restart and talk about convention, okay? Bye, guys.